Good morning, everybody. It's Martha again, and I'm here to start a new series of videos on another makeup product collection or makeup brand collection. And today we're going to start doing a collection series on my Revlon makeup collection. I already have a Too Faced makeup collection video series out, so I thought, well, since that's high end, we will do one on a drugstore product line. Revlon has been around for so many years. It is a wonderful cosmetic company. It is probably my very favorite drugstore cosmetic company. I think I have said this before, but my mother always used Revlon, and I remember when I was growing up, in her little makeup drawer she would have Revlon liquid foundation, setting powder, what she would call rouge, which of course is blush. She also had an eyebrow pencil, and of course a couple of Revlon lipsticks. And I remember she wore a color called Wine with Everything, and I have both of those shades in my Revlon lipstick collection. One is a kind of a pearl finish, and the other is just a matte finish, and they are a beautiful shade. I will go over those when we get to the lipstick video, but we're going to start out with face products today. I'm going to get on my glasses, and we will start with Revlon's primer. They have two face primers. This one is the color correcting primer. This is part of their Photo Ready line, and I didn't get all the little plastic wrap off. This plastic wrap on these cosmetics is a burger sometimes to remove. I've used probably a good amount of this product. This is one of my very favorite primers. It really works good to get a good base for your foundation to help it last a long time, to look fresh. You can even use this without foundation if you just want to kind of give your skin a nice kind of a flawless look without wearing a lot of makeup. You definitely can use a primer just by itself. And like I said, this is the color correcting formula. There is another one. It's a glass bottle. It has a pump. One thing I noticed about a previous bottle I had is when the product gets down so far, it doesn't come up through the pump very well, but with a little effort you can get this top off and then just dump a little in your hand and apply it from there. But yes, this is the Photo Ready color correcting primer, face primer by Revlon. They also have this product here, which is the Photo Ready Prime and Anti-Shine Priming Balm. And some of these packages are hard to open with, and I don't want to break my fingernails, so I'm going to use a pair of scissors here. Still has some of that plastic stuff on it that seals it, and I tell you, that stuff is hard to get off sometimes. It is a balm product. It's very silky. Feels very silky. It's kind of probably what am I trying to think, like a can't think of the word, but a silicone type of product. And this is in clear. I don't know if there's other shades or not, but this is clear. It's supposed to help kind of blur pores and fine lines. It is also supposed to be able to help control shine. I use it under my foundation over face primer. I put the face primer on all over my face and just use this little balm where I have pore problems, larger pores like around the cheeks and everything. I don't use this all over my face. It's supposed to also be able to be used like throughout the day. If you have a little bit of shine going on throughout the day, you're supposed to be able to dab this over the top of your makeup. But I noticed that if you can tell, this is a clean, I mean, I've washed this, but there's a little bit of foundation stain in there. So I don't know if just tapping it would be better, but you don't want to rub it in because you do kind of lose some of your foundation on it. But this is kind of a neat little product, and it is the Revlon Photo Ready Prime and Anti-Shine Balm. Alrighty, now we're going to go on to Revlon foundations. I only have one of their foundations right now. I have tried many of them, and this is my favorite of all drugstore foundations, and it is the Revlon Color Stay Whipped Cream Foundation. It is a very full coverage foundation. Comes in a glass jar, and it is a cream. It's fairly thick. It has like a mousse-like texture. If you prefer more of a liquid foundation, the Color Stay line also comes in a liquid form for dry skin, a liquid form for oily skin. It also comes in a compact with a coordinating uh, concealer, so you have both of those in a little compact product. But I really like the whipped cream formula. It is very full coverage because it is a thick, creamy consistency. Like I said, a mousse-like. It blends out beautifully. It lasts all day. It gives a nice, fairly matte type of finish, which I prefer. I've noticed, and I have also heard many makeup artists say that if you want a more flawless look to your skin and your face, a matte foundation is going to give you a more flawless look rather than a dewy foundation. A dewy foundation, of course, is going to give you a glow and a glisten. And my cats are jumping all over the bed, so if the laptop camera moves, that's why. Anyway, the dewy foundation will give you that youthful glow, but it can also show some imperfections when it catches the light. That's what I have heard and read, and that's also kind of what has been my experience. And I really prefer a matte foundation look. It does give you a good, flawless look. And if you want a little glow, you can always add some highlight products to your face. But this is the Revlon Color Stay Whipped Cream Foundation, the best drugstore foundation out there in my opinion. They also have other foundations available. There is an airbrushed foundation, a couple other lines, but the Color Stay is going to give you a nice, long-lasting, all-day foundation. I apply it, since it does come in this little jar, and if you don't want to get your finger in there, get it under your fingernail, I have actually used a plastic knife to scoop a little out, put it on the back of my hand, let it warm up, and then I apply it with a foundation brush, or these little double-ended sponge tip applicators that come in eyeshadows. That's another good use for them to scoop out. You can also get little makeup spatulas, but I think with a plastic knife or these little products like this, you don't need to spend the money on, a special scoop or spatula. I also can, get it out with a foundation brush and then put it on the back of my hand, and then I apply it with a flat top type of foundation brush. I find that these flat top foundation brushes just buff in products, whether it's liquid or cream or even powder foundations. It blends in so well. You want to make sure you get your foundation all the way through the hairline or to the hairline, a little over the ears, drag it down to your jawline and even down into your neck, so you don't have a foundation line. You want your foundation to look like skin, so you want it to just blend in nicely. Nothing looks worse than to have a line where your foundation ends and then your skin starts. Everybody knows that you're wearing foundation, and you want it to look natural and flawless. So make sure you blend it out into the hairline, a little over the ears, and of course bring it down the jawline and down into the neck area, and it will look beautiful. You can also use a damp beauty blender or makeup sponge to kind of bounce that product in. But I find for myself a flat top foundation brush really works well for any foundation. This is the only thing I use for foundation. I also have, where did it go? Their concealer. Now this is a little darker than what I would normally use in a concealer. I was hoping a little darker shade would kind of give me a color correcting type of finish, and it helps a little bit, but I have such dark circles under my eyes. I don't think anything will ever make them completely disappear. But this is the Revlon, let me get my glasses back on, the Revlon Color Stay Concealer. Now they have many shades of this just like they do in their foundations, but if you have a hard time coordinating your concealer with your foundation, you might want to check out the Color Stay foundation that comes in a compact with a little thingy of concealer right there in the compact with it. It's kind of like two little pans. One is concealer and one is the actual foundation. That way you will have it all together there without any problems. This, I have noticed it lasts really well. It does not have I don't have any problems with it creasing or caking up or, being messy or anything. It really works well. It's, because it's a hard plastic type of packaging, and it has that doe foot applicator. And I just dab this on and then I blend it out, sometimes with the small end of my beauty blender. I have also used, where did it go? Another one of these types of concealer brushes. It looks like a foundation brush, and I have a tape around it because it was kind of falling apart at where it fits into the handle. It also helps me remember which one I use for what. Of course, this is white and this is black, but this also helps to kind of tap in that product. Sometimes I'll just tap it in like this, or like bounce it in with the pointy part of a soft beauty sponge like this. But this is the Revlon Color Stay Concealer, and I'm kind of getting close to my time here, so I may have to divide this up into two different videos to try to keep these under 15 minutes, and it's already been 12. This is the Revlon Nearly Naked powder. I usually get the Photo Ready powder. I had that in a white translucent powder, which I really, really liked, but I ran out. And so when I got powder, I got the Nearly Naked powder. It came with a little oblong or rectangle type of sponge applicator, which I don't use. I use a nice angled type of brush or tapered brush. This is from Me. Actually, this is not the one I use. I'm sorry. This is the one I use. And it's an e.l.f. and it's a blush brush, but it's tapered. And it helps to really be able to tap into that product. And then you can really get under that eye. That's where I use most of my setting powder, is under my eye to set my concealer, sometimes a little bit in the T-zone, but always under the eye to set my concealer and color corrector, whatever I use. It does have a nice a small mirror, but it's doable for a touch-up or two. And again, and this is just a nice light shade. This is the Revlon Nearly Naked face powder in the shade Fair. Alright, that is all I'm going to go over in this video since I am running close to time. It's almost been 14 minutes and I don't want to go over that. So this is the beginning of my Revlon face products. I will do another little video really quick here to go over the blushes that I have. Revlon is coming out with a whole bunch of new products, which I am really looking forward to trying. Alright everybody, hope you enjoyed this little video. Stay tuned for more. God bless you all. Have a wonderful day. Remember, Jesus loves you and I do too. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.